All right. I'm going to call this video, I'm going to kind of title it something like this: YouTube AdSense confusion. YouTube AdSense revenue confusion. Google AdSense YouTube revenue confusion. Watch this, huh? In my previous video, depends on when you're watching this, I already made a video about how YouTube, when I get paid from AdSense, I notice that the amount of money that I get, because you can see how much money you make here in YouTube, right? If you're monetized already. And I don't even fucking know why people have to be monetized. At the beginning of YouTube, anybody can start making money from the very beginning. So listen, we need a better YouTube. We need a competitor, another platform that don't have all this BS. Sorry. Straight up. Okay. All right. So why am I saying this? From the very first time, I'm just getting my microphone set up. From the very first time I started to, when I got monetized and I started making money from YouTube, I got very confused about a lot of things. And it's 4 years down the line, I'm still confused because I realized that they made those confusions on purpose. And before I talk about the tax stuff, because for example, if you realize that you made like how much money, for example, like let me fix this microphone 1 second. So what I'm saying is this: like for example, maybe you made like 200 euros, $200. You can see that from your YouTube. And then when you got paid, you realize that the money was less than that amount of money. For example, like say you made $100 or euros. I live in Europe, hence I say Europe. And then when the month came to when they were supposed to pay, you see less money. It's because of the tax. Because certain countries, the tax is taken to the United States and they don't give you all of that. So I made a video about that, blah, blah, blah. So after fixing, I fixed my own. And right now, I'm trying to see if when I get paid, I will see the exact same money that I see in YouTube in my bank account when they pay me. So if, for example, if you don't fix those tax something, if you're outside the US, yes, if you live in the US, this doesn't mean anything. You're gonna get the same amount of money that you see in your YouTube and in your bank account because the taxes, everything is fixed. But when you're outside the US, it kind of make it difficult. You see, it's another way of trying to say America is better than other countries. A lot of things going on in this world that I don't like, and they play subtle games that we're better than you. You guys are inferior, third-tier countries. I hate these things, and it's time people start talking. These things will never change unless somebody gets radical and take over. I don't fucking know what is wrong with people like Dangote being billionaires and can't change the narrative of the world. Everybody's equal. So if you don't live in America, they slash 30% of your money from your revenue. So if you're supposed to get 100 euros or dollars, you get 70. You'd be like, why? I made all these videos. I did all this work. Why should you take? And then you have to blah, 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 blah. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. Always giving a good reason to just fuck people up. It was not like that before for many years. So every time YouTube comes along the line and change something and give a good reason to fuck you up. Look at the monetization. Look at the monetization that also started one day. You can no longer make money. You have to have 1,000 subscribers. You have to have this and that and that. Just change it like that. Anyways, so it's bullshit and it needs to be talked about. And I hope YouTube watches this video and stop that because you're a big company. Don't be so evil. Come on. Come on. Money is not everything. Come on. Okay, so I'm like, okay, now that I fixed my tax something, I'm in Europe, I have to fix all the tax forms, so complicated, everything is hidden. You have to like watch other people's videos, otherwise you will never get it right. It's like made hard on purpose. Or maybe you're supposed to see a lawyer. So millions of people have YouTube channel. They are supposed to see a lawyer just to get paid. Are you fucking serious? Millions of people they're supposed to get a lawyer to check how they're gonna get their money paid or not. Are you fucking crazy? Just because you want to steal their money, that's why. So 4 months passed and I've not been getting my money. I'm like, I've been getting less. I'm like, what? Okay. So I'm like, okay, so I fixed that. I fixed the problem of the payment something. And when you fix it, this is how it's gonna look. So now normally I have one red thing here up like blah blah, one red line thing like a warning thing, blah blah, money withheld, blah blah. So when you fix that when I fix that tax thing, I saw everything's kind of like blank and no warning anywhere here. Okay. Now, as at the time of this recording, so but I've been looking at my YouTube. Watch this, huh? When I go to my YouTube from the front end, let me just go to the front end of my YouTube. Like, for example, when you like those of you that have YouTube channel and maybe you begin to receive money, whether you are a big YouTuber or a small YouTuber, I'm sure all of you check your amount. I'm sure you do check once in a while how much money you're making, because you need to check your money, right, to see how you're doing. So what normally most of us will do is that we will go into, watch this very carefully. This is what you would do. This is what you normally do. This is what all of you, I'm sure that's what you do also. You go to your YouTube studio where you can see each of your videos, you can see the analytics, and on the right hand corner somewhere you will see how much money estimate that you've made. And this estimate of money that you've made has been a confusion from day one. And I don't fucking know why they don't change it. Because, for example, they tell you for the last 28 days, you've been making around $150. But it's not, they don't say it like that. They say it in this term that you don't quite really know what it means, because you just care about the figure that you just care about the figure that you see there. You're not really reading exactly what they mean by what they say. So one thing about English, and English can be used in a dodgy way that something can be hidden. Okay, watch now. I'm seeing 724 euros right here. It's been rising because I've been, for some, I don't know, things have been getting better. Because the day I made like 100 euros in the month, and when the money came to my account, I saw like 60 something euros. I'm like, what happened? I knew my money was so small. My views were going down. 100 euros. But then I see like 60 something euros in my bank account. And I'm like, something is wrong here. That's when I discovered that they've been taking more money than I realized. And it happened to be this tax issue something. If they don't scream it, they just say it lightly somewhere. And so you might probably not know. And I'm sure they've been harnessing like 500 million from unknown people that are not aware of it. I'm very sure people will forget. You wouldn't even know, because it's just like, it's not obvious. And if you have to fill that form, serious. People find ways to get by and do all these things, even if they don't live in the US. So I come here. So that's why I fixed the. So when I saw the money was less than what I was making, I fixed it. That was confusion, right? Now watch this. So for the past, after I fixed it, I've been watching for the next payday. They pay around 21st of each month, between 21 and 25 of each month. They pay you, YouTube, because tomorrow they might change and say we want to start doing from the first. The fucking company. I'm just telling you. I'm sorry. That's who the fucking are. But the funny thing is that they will do something very bad, but they will explain it well that you would think it's okay. That's what I don't like. In my life, I hate deception. Well, I'm hurting you, but I make it look like, no, I have to do it like that. There's no other way. That's the way we have to do it. I'm sorry. We're not, they make it look like it's normal. But they're actually cheating and hurting you. Watch this. So you come here, maybe you see 600, and then 650, and 700, and 724. You say, I'm growing here, I'm making more money. But when you go and check, okay, watch this. And so I was expecting like 700 and something euros from YouTube this month. And then watch it and watch this. And then I go to my Adsense. So let me go and check. Have they paid me? Then I go to my email to check if Google has paid me. Because Google and YouTube are the same bitches. Sometimes bitches are better than them. I'm not ashamed of saying this because they need to change. So and I come here, I'm like, oh, you received 416 euros. Why 400? Why only 400? I'm like, oh, why? Guess what? They're gonna explain it well. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm like, okay, they paid for the last month. Then why the fuck you don't write here? This was for April. I mean, we're now in May as at this recording time. This is for the month. This is for the. So I'm like, okay, it's small because it was the month before this month. Confusion and not straightforward. I don't know if you see. Look, I'm sure you've listened to me. You're a grown-up man. You're a grown-up woman. You're not a child. I'm talking about masterful deception that they make it look like it's how we do it. Okay. Am I saying they're supposed to pay for this month? I'm not saying they should pay for this month, but make it obvious right here. This is the amount of money you made for month of April. Or for example, if we're in January, this is the amount you made for December. Just write it. Just write it there. We wrote all these things there. Hello, money is on account, ready to use Google. Right, there's enough space to write it because to make the people feel peaceful and feel comfortable and not confused and not stressed. It's very important to make people not feel stressed. It's important that they just know without having to start cracking their brains. What is this? Why is it? When was this? You have thousand. Why should you have 1,000 questions in your head? Why should you have 1,000 questions in your mind all the time? Then you have to go and find out and blah blah blah. Oh, okay, I see. That's why. Why can't it be just from the get-go clear and straightforward? These things have been there and it's time they change it. I'm freaking angry about all these things. Okay, watch this. I'm like 416 euros. Then in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe it's for the last month, the month before. Okay. But I'm like, in my YouTube, when I check my YouTube, I'm seeing 700. It was like less than this. It was 690 or blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, so why don't they just write that amount here? If you're about to pay me for the last month, put it here also. There's enough fucking space to put here. For example, if for example, right now, this is live right now, it's the time of this recording, write the amount of money I made for last month. You don't need to tell me, this amount of money here, get this. This is the most important part of this video. This is the most important part of this video. This amount you see here is a guess. It's a fucking guess. Why are you guessing how much money I will make? I don't want guess. This is not a, when I make my video, it's not a fucking guess. I do make a real video. I film it. It's not a guesswork. So why are you guessing? Why are you trying to guess the future? Yeah, it's like based on the amount of views you're getting right now, based on your click-through rate, based on how things are going now according to your analytics, this is the amount of money you may have made in that. It's like it's an estimate. Even if they didn't write this, I'm just telling you, forget about what they look. Trust me, don't try to explain their bullshit away and be like, God punish you if you do that. If you're trying to explain the bullshit away, you're an idiot. Because this is bullshit. New people will come and start using this. They're going to get this confusion also. Because they should change this. People complain about the dislike and the like button. They changed it because some people are new YouTuber. They start new YouTube and they post a video and they get 10 dislike, and other people come and see dislike. They also click dislike. Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Why they disliking my videos? So people started to complain a lot before finally YouTube decided to remove the dislike button. It's still there, but you wouldn't see it, so that you wouldn't feel bad when you see a dislike, because people complained. So this is even worse. So tell me I made 460 blah 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 for the month of April. You can write it here. You can write it every day here, and you can write here. For example, right here. For example, when the present month, as I decide on this recording now, in the present this video you watch, we're now in May. Right from May 1 till May whatever. Let's say for example today is 24. Say from May 1 till 24th, you've made 200 euros. Write it. There's no estimate there. There's no estimate. If they've not paid, don't write it. Don't write it. Look, it's so fucking simple, but the world, you see, this is why I hate science. Science is used to manipulate the world and tell us some fucking lies through deep explanation. And you say, okay, I understand it. Okay, so the earth is spinning fast and it's turning round. and it's going around the sun. Okay, I get it. They explain so nice and you believe it. So we live in a square world, right? They're gonna explain it with things you don't know because you don't know those things. You be like, okay, I believe you guys. I believe you guys. You guys studied this all your life, so you must know what you're saying. So I believe it. If you have a shop selling shoes or clothes, people come to buy. If they pay, somebody might be trying to buy something. Maybe they're looking at. They've not yet bought. Maybe they saw a shoe of 500 euros. They've not yet bought. Don't write anything down. Don't say estimate. There's no estimate in business. When they have paid, then look at your coffers and say, okay, now I have 500 euros in my coffers. If they've not paid, don't bother writing it. Don't bother because what happens is that the people get anxious. Oh, I'm making a lot of money. Then when they look at their bank account or they look at they're like why? What's this? What's that? What's that? Try to avoid the confusion. That's my point. Try to avoid the confusion for the people that come to use your platform. My level is so high because it's also difficult to say. Try to avoid the confusion. So let them know. Okay, so for example, I see this now 700 euros. I'm like, how come I'm saying 700? I'm seeing 400. What's the problem? That's already confusion. Not everybody can take that. If you make it clear why, then it'll be like, okay, no problem. You're happy. You go about your day and you're happy. You want to make more videos. You want to do more. But if you make it look like they make this amount of money because you're fucking guessing for them, like, it depends, on the variables, when they pay for the ads, they have to do this, they have to do that. I don't want to know. Tell me when they finally paid. I don't want to know what's going on. I don't care. After the money is entered, even if it means you pay me for the last 2 months, it's fine. Don't confuse me. Don't guess. Don't tell me any estimate. Tell me how much money I've made. Don't even put your estimate revenue. No. And another thing, don't write for the last 28 days and guess. Just write each month. Guess what? Let me show you something why this platform is very, very fucked up. Watch this, Then okay. So how can I see exactly how much money I made for each month? How can I see? I don't know how to see it. It's kind of made hidden. It is the first one you will see. So it's like they're trying their level best to make sure that everything is hard for you to know and not clear and straightforward. They're trying. So you would have to come here to analytics. Why can't it all be here? This little page is enough to show the important things. You have to come here. So if you didn't know, you'd be like, okay. Then I want to see how much money you made for each month. It's not as easy as that. You see the same amount here again. So you would have to come to this tiny place. They see this last 28 days. Did you know that you cannot change this thing to each month? It will still change back to 28 days. Because they don't want you to know how much money you really made. They want to hype you up with this lies and this deception and this fucking estimate. And when the money comes, okay, look at this, another one. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care about this. I care about truth and clarity. And I'm sure everybody also. Then, watch this. If I click here, this drop down button, then I can click blah, blah. Where I can now click each month. I can now click for the month of April. We're in May now, as at the time of this recording. So I have to click the month that is before to see how much money I actually made. This is when you can actually see how much money is made for the last month. This thing shouldn't be hidden away. This thing should be right there when you come to the dashboard. It should be there. Bam. Then we're sure. Life is not fucking spinning in the air. It's a fucking lie. It's a stable world on the ground. Ask any pilot will tell you that. The earth is not fucking spinning, and I'm angry I found this out. They're lying. NASA knows it. So if you don't know all these things, you're just crazy. I want to see the stability of how much money. I don't want wishy-washy, dangling here and there. Tell me exactly. Let it be stable. This is how much money I made for the last month. Put it up there. I can see it. Don't put me the estimate changing, going up, going down. Just let me, how much have I made so far? Put this up there. And for the present month. because the money's accumulating every day as people are watching your ads and whatever causes the money to come in. Anytime the money gets paid into what is counting up, right? Put it there. Don't put any estimate. If possible, put it. If possible, do it after 3 months. We don't care. Just let us know exactly how much money we made. We don't want to stress our brain and start calculating. But why is it smaller? But what's this? Okay. No, we don't need that. We're the one fucking creating. We can't be stressed. Do you create under stress? We creators make you rich and you stress our fucking lives. I left my whole career for this fucking YouTube. I have to post video at least twice a week. I can't go outside. I can't do other things. I'm always filming, thinking of ideas. I can't even do other things for 4 years. And you give me fucking stress also? What the fuck you mean? Simple things like this. This is manipulation. Okay, then I go and check. Watch it, and €429 for the last month. You're like, okay, so what's up with all the 700 and something I saw there? What was that? I don't know. So what's the 700 for? Okay, watch this. This is the month of April, right? Look, you see April anywhere. It's not even obvious it's April. It's just up here. I'm like, they're trying to hide and make things difficult and complex and not easily understood. You see, April is up all the way up here. Why not reading here? Can't you look at the space down here? Can't you fucking write the month here? These people are crooks. I'm fucking telling you. And people need to be angry. Okay, so let's go see. So I'm like, okay, the money they paid was for last month. Oh, okay, it was for the month before. Okay, no problem. So let's go check how much money we made. Then I see my bank account is 416. Okay, 416. But it says 421. I thought I fixed the tax issues. And Belgium that I live, we have a tax treaty with America, with the US, and then we're not supposed to pay any tax at all. Maybe they took some tax. I don't know. More questions. Maybe this, maybe that. I don't know. But I thought before this fucking tax bullshit came up, the tax has always been there. But they're like, if you don't live in the US, we're going to take your tax from you. We're going to pay it to the US because blah, blah, blah. Because, let me explain. Let's explain why. Before that bullshit came, tax has always been paid, don't get me wrong. But there's a way they now do it differently. That they will take the tax from your money and they'll pay it to the US and not to the country that you live in. And if your country don't have tax treaty with the US, you're fucked. But all those were not there before. These are your creators making your channel, making your platform grow. Make them happy. Make them happy. Make them happy. They're the one creating these things. 4 years I can't do other things, only YouTube, because if you don't post video on YouTube, your money, everything start going down. People are emailing you, people are telling you, oh, when are you gonna come back? We miss you. This is bullshit. This is total BS. Okay, 421 and it's 416. I'm like, okay, they took like, I don't know how much money. Okay, I'm like, okay, well. You're like, okay, well. So I go to check my AdSense. Then I saw, okay, 416.73. Also, that's how much money I made for the last month. The month before this one. Okay. What? As at the time of this recording, we're in the month of May 24 or something like that. So for this one, they didn't put anything. If I were them, I would add the money here. You made $20 so far. You made $80 so far. The rest estimate, we can't say the estimate right now until it's paid for real. Is this money not real? This for 416, was it not real? Even if it's estimate, it's still gonna end up getting real. So it's not difficult to do that. Many people come to your stores, some try to buy, they end up not buying. Some end up buying. Some will negotiate, and end up not buying. The one that finally bought and paid, that's the one you add up here. Today is 24. But the amount of money that I've made. So that way, but I'm seeing 700 here. So, okay, now what? So what the fuck is 700 right now? Okay, when I'm seeing 700 in dashboard. So what the fuck does that supposed to mean? Where the 700? So now tell me what this, so the 700 you're showing me is 724. Okay, what is this? What is supposed to mean? You see why I say it's a trick and it's a lie? But that it can explain it and make it look like it's true. What's this 700 euros now? What is this 700? No, what is this 700? Are you calculating last month and this month for me at once? Last 28 days? Do I care about the last 28 days when it's flip-flopping? How does that concern me? I care about each month. And it's an estimate. Just tell me each month how much money I have made. Don't tell me something wishy-washy. That's just what I wanted to talk about. And it's annoying me. If you don't know it's annoying me, then something is wrong with you. Especially when you put lots of hours making videos, thinking of ideas, making videos, filming and microphones and this and that and the sound and everything and editing and uploading and then another one again. No, it's stressful. It's stressful when you can't even know what is going on. Even after 4 years, you still don't understand how these people work. Remove this money, this your estimated revenue. Fucking remove it. Don't put it there anymore. Put each month and how much they've made. Simple. For example, as at the time of this recording, they've not paid for this present month yet. No problem. But you can add up how much money has been paid up till this moment. Didn't you add up? Because what is shown, because look, this 700 euros doesn't mean anything. You show me an info that has no meaning. It's not real. It's a lie. It has no meaning. It is an estimate. It does not correspond to how much money I've made or how much money I will make. So it's meaningless. It's a lie. So when I end up seeing my bank account, I get angry. But you're trying to make the people feel happy. Yeah, we're growing. Or look at the arrows going up green. Well, you're trying to, how do you call it? In hypnosis, you're trying to make them feel good. It's manipulation. Everything is like you're trying to make them feel so that you're trying to pump them up with fake, with something that's not real. If you cannot see the manipulation, you're an idiot. You're not an idiot. You're not an idiot. No, you're not smart enough. That's what I will call it. You're not clever and deep enough, because you could be not an idiot. You could be intelligent and normal and wise. But when people are trying to be manipulative, you need to be a little bit smarter to see it, to sniff it. 724 euros. What is supposed to mean? Okay, the next month, when I look at the next month, it's not yet paid. The next month is not yet paid. So how you come up with 700 euros? It's nowhere to be found. So why you put it there? Because I want to see. Look, when I want to see how much money I've made now or last month. So why are you showing me something that is not related to reality? Why are you even showing it? Show me an estimate. You might as well put 10,000. You could have put 2 billion euros there then to make me feel good. Something that's not real. Just wanted to make that video. Thank you very much. So if you watch this video, please be angry. If you don't get angry like me, then you want us to keep being suppressed, and shame on you. So if you watch this video, make a video like this and complain. Let us complain. Look, some things are going on. It takes one person to start a revolution. You are working like a slave now. That's what it is. That's what it is. This is not scalable job. That's some job you do once and it keeps bringing you money all the time. If you don't post video on YouTube, you don't make sales. YouTube will deliberately reduce your what's it called? They will stop pushing your videos. I don't think people are hearing me. If you don't post video every week like twice, I'm telling you, I've been here for long. I can tell you better than Mr. Beast will tell you. If you don't post, if the same thing for them. If you don't post videos every week at least twice, your revenue will be going down, because they won't show your video to people. They'll be like, this person is not serious, so we're not going to show his video to us, because he might leave us. He might leave YouTube, so we're not going to push his video. So your video will start getting less views and less money and less money and less money. So it's not scalable. It's not something you can just make one video. There's no such thing as evergreen here. No. Your video can be evergreen and nice, but if YouTube doesn't show it in suggestion, how will people see it? If sometimes you can type something on YouTube, they may not even show your video in the search, because they want to show other videos that are. I don't know if people are getting me. Oh my goodness, I can talk a lot of things here. Look, the search engine, right? You might search something on Google or YouTube, and your video is an evergreen video that can answer the people's question. But if they don't trust that you are going to stay on YouTube, they will not show your video in the top rank. It's going to be like number 20, because there are other videos that they notice that they're working hard and posting videos and are getting views. So this video is likely to get views. Guess what? I'm going to push that video. Fuck that guy that has not been here for the past 2 weeks, and the video is better than all this. We're not going to push it here. We're going to push the one that are getting views and that are current now. So your video can be evergreen. It won't get views. It will get some little views, but it will go down. If you don't post video on YouTube for 1 month, I tell you, your money can come from 1,000 euro per month till about nothing. I'm telling you that. Try it. If you don't believe me, you think I don't know anything about YouTube, stop posting video for 1 month and watch your revenue drop. So your so-called evergreen videos is not fucking evergreen, because YouTube doesn't know what's evergreen. They care about now. They care about now. They care about trend, what's going on now. It's a fucked up world that also fucks up people's mentality. Well, thank you very much. It's all right.